Hey, everybody, Coach Shore here. Now, Halloween, if you can't tell, is my favorite time of year, and board games are my favorite hobby. So let's mash those two suckers together, and I got some advice for you if you want to play games during the holiday season. Now, I've already done videos on my favorite games to play during the season, which is Mansions of Madness, Betrayal at House on the Hill, Mall of Horror, Last Night on Earth, and of course, Atmosfear. Yes, I still might be the only person who really likes that game, but hey, I am sure to play it every year. No, if you want to check those out, there is going to be a link down below so you can see the videos for them. In this video, I'm going to throw some different ones at you. Now, Halloween is all about scares, and some of us can handle that better than the others, so the first game I got on the list here is a cooperative game, so you don't got to worry about being freaked out all by yourself. And the game I'm going to suggest is Horrified. Now, if you played Pandemic, it's kind of similar to that. You're going to have different things you're trying to do with your monsters there. So there's a Universal Monsters. There's pretty much the first edition of Horrified that came out. There's been others as well. So in Horrified, you'll be traveling around town with different objectives like trying to help Frankenstein with his love life, smash up Dracula's coffins, or try to capture the ever-elusive Invisible Man. It's even got the creature from the Black Lagoon, okay? That guy does not get the love that the rest of them get. So like I said, it is cooperative. It's kind of got that pandemic feel to it. And if the Universal Monsters are not your thing, there's also the cryptid characters, so like the Jersey Devil and whatnot, the Mothman, all that kind of cool stuff, Chupacabra. As well as mythological creatures, but I don't know. That one doesn't seem as Halloween-y as the others, right? The Horrified is a great cooperative game to bust out for Halloween. But if that might seem a little too easy and maybe not as scary, you can always check out Ghost Stories if you want something that's going to kick your butt and look very creepy while doing it. But if you want a little bit of tension and not knowing who exactly you can trust, I'm going to suggest Dead of Winter. This game is pretty much like playing The Walking Dead, and while not officially of that IP, it does a great take on zombie survival. As a colony, you have to work together to achieve the team goal, whether it is getting samples off of the dead bodies of zombies or just making sure you have enough food to survive the winter. This is an incredibly difficult game, not to mention everyone will have their own personal secret objectives that nobody else gets to know about. So if you want to get the overall colony win plus the win for yourself, you got to make sure you get that done. Not to mention some of those personal objectives might be to ruin it for the rest of the table. It's always fun to see that distrust build up around the table as you start to question, why exactly do we need to keep raiding the police headquarters, all right? Someone's trying to get all the guns, and it can't be good. It's a great game, a lot of fun, and oh, it's so much fun when you get to deceive those around you. But if you want something that's a little easier, a little simpler, I'm going to suggest The Shining, with a little caveat here. Everyone is stranded in a hotel over several months, and yeah, we keep going a little bit crazy and accidentally hurting each other. You're trying not to murder anyone else in the hotel. Though there's a variant that I like to do where we draw cards and someone may or may not be actually trying to sabotage the rest of us. I love when that tension builds up when we accuse somebody of being a murderer when, oh, turns out it was Becky the whole time, and now she's killed us all. Now, if you have a large group of friends coming over, then I'm going to suggest Night Ultimate Werewolf. I have talked about this one before, and it's probably my most played game of all time because you can get games through in just a matter of minutes, no matter how many people you got at the table. It is pretty much like the game Werewolf, where someone is a werewolf, other people are villagers, but you're going to sit around the table and you've got your role cards that's going to tell you what you are and what abilities you may have. So everyone closes their eyes, they go to sleep at night, werewolves open their eyes, look at each other. Then one by one, everyone else who has an ability gets to mess with other people's cards. And then you wake up and then you try to figure out who the werewolves are. This is a great game that gets a whole lot of table talking going. You find people who might be a little shy get a little more extroverted as they start to accuse people, or they fight back when they are being accused of being that werewolf. Because me, a werewolf? I would never. This is a fantastic game with expansion, so I highly recommend it. And if you want to step up your game to something that's even more intense, Blood on the Clocktower has been referred to as Werewolf on Steroids, so that is another one you want to check out if you really want to get crazy. Sometimes you may find you're in that big empty house all by your lonesome, and a good solo game is Final Girl. Yes, Final Girl is a fantastic solo game. It gets talked about a lot, and for good reason too, because it is pretty dang good. There's a core box that you have to get, and then there are episodes that you can get along to go with it, and these are, while definitely legally distinct from horror movies, they definitely have the same themes. So whether you want to take on psycho slashers or something more on the occult side, there's definitely a game for you. Being a giant John Carpenter fan, I'll be battling the organism. But no matter which one you pick, you will be playing the role of the final girl, and you will have to manage your resources, collect items, try to save some innocent victims, and kill that creature before it kills you. And if you want something that's a little bit easier to set up and quicker to play, don't sleep on Five Nights at Freddy's Survive Till 6 a.m. There is a lot of tension in the turns of those cards. I just did a review of it a little bit ago, and I was pleasantly surprised. And if you like the idea of being a ghost that can only communicate with the living through obscure imagery, well then Mysterium is for you. Yes, in Mysterium, someone is going to be a murdered ghost that is using almost twisted Dixit-style cards to communicate to the other players, trying to get them to solve the mystery that is your death. This is a great game. It is cooperative, but there's one person who will play that ghost role while everyone else tries to figure it out. The hardest part of this game is being the ghost and keeping a straight face as the players completely misinterpret your clues. Terrible. And lastly, a little bonus here, I'm throwing this one out, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the game. Alright, this is an older one, and it might be hard to find a copy, but if you do find one, this game plays way better than an IP from the 2000s should. One player will take the role of the big bad and control the vampires as they try to take out the Slayer, while the rest of the players take the role of Buffy and the Scooby Gang as they travel around Sunnydale trying to get up enough equipment so they can take out the Master, the Mayor, Adam, or whatever evil happens to crawl out of the Hellmouth. This game was a guilty pleasure of mine, but truthfully it plays very well, and if you are a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan like I am, this is a must-play. Alright, there we go. That is 10 games that I'm going to recommend to play during the Halloween season. Let me know what you guys think. Have you played any of these? Do you like them? And what are your suggestions? What do you like? This is the season to just enjoy some campy goodness, and what better excuse to be playing some of these games, right? This is Coach Troy, and I'll see y'all next time.